When I first inherited the presidency of Southeastern University 14 years ago, it was in major enrollment decline. And so one of the first things our new leadership team did was to launch focus listening groups. And we asked the question, if you could dream about what Southeastern would be like in the next 5 to 10 years, talk to us about it. And it became quite evident what would create growth would be two things. One would be curricular development, adding new programs that were relevant. And then the big focus was adding athletic programs.
We look at sports that fit and make sense for Southeastern University, for our culture, for our budget, for our staff. And so wrestling made sense. At the time we started wrestling, there was not one college in the state of Florida that had it. And that kind of led to a challenge in a way, because who do you wrestle is the question.
Yeah, my name is Ethan Owen. I was the first ever recruit for this program when it started. The idea of getting to be a part of something new, that was just such an exciting opportunity to kind of put my own fingerprints on the inception of that program. Everyone in the room was 18, fresh out of high school. We all had something to prove. We wrestled so much that first season. I mean, we traveled all the time. There were no off weeks. We started in preseason and we wrestled all the way through nationals.
I feel like SEU chose me. It was the perfect timing. And I also chose SEU to be legendary and make history in the state of Florida. In high school, my senior year, around January to December, that's when they announced the program of Fire Wrestling. And that was when Florida re-announced wrestling becoming a thing again.
When we were there was no one that was setting the standard for us. There were no national champion wrestlers in the room. There were no All-Americans in the room. There were no established leaders. There were no established champions. Everybody had equal opportunity to become that.
I think there's a couple things about our program that really make it different. You know, obviously our guys are here to get a degree and to compete for national titles, but our program goes way beyond that into caring about the young man as a person. I think we've really built a brotherhood here of guys that love being around each other, love training together, just love doing life together.
I think what makes SEU wrestling different is just the brotherhood,
the bonding.
The brotherhood we have together. Like I said, it's a really competitive team, and I think we compete with each other on everything, and it pushes us to be better.
There's not very much programs where you'll go to that you're praying with your brothers, that you're going to Bible study and chapel together with your brothers, and that creates that bond that's life-lasting.
You can always count on each other, not only here in the mat suffering together, but outside of the mat, it's a close-knit family that we run in here.
One of the big things, at least to me, that makes SEU wrestling different is just the team culture that gets built here. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced, and I've been wrestling for a really long time. That could have to do with the coaches that are here, but I think just the experience and the atmosphere, it's really special here.
I enjoyed being a part of a very competitive team, but something that was even deeper than that was the closeness that we got to share through every road trip, through every plane ride, through every tournament. We were extremely competitive on the mat and at the national tournament, but the memories that I got to make here with those guys and the relationship we shared with our faith was something that was second to none.
We are committed to holistic development of our athletes. We not only want them to win on the mat, but we want them to win in life.
Our program specifically is that we're investing into helping these guys develop. So we talk a lot in our program about who they're becoming, not just what they're trying to achieve, but who they're trying to become. We're not just trying to become a national champ. We want to become that type of person. That happens through daily disciplines. We
had a wrestler one time who failed a drug test. He was suspended. But this particular student athlete, when we met with him about his failed test, he was broken. He was just like, I'm gonna use this to make me better. A year later, he wins a championship. We're about not perfect people. We're about real life, and people have issues. We all have issues. But then to see that pinnacle moment when they overcome that and they win a championship, That's just who we are.
I am better in every aspect as a man in my life because of what this sport did and what I got to do at this university.
SEU Wrestling prepared me for life just by instilling simple disciplines into my life, just things that I'll never forget about being a man of character and being a son of God.
Things are going to get hard, but you know, you got to be mentally tough to make it through some things, and I think SEU Wrestling really prepared me for how tough life can be.
There is no other sport that you suffer as much as you do in this hot wrestling room, you know, scrapping with other guys, and it's combat every single day. But through that, there is a toughness and a grit that just translates into waking up in the middle of the night to go get the crying baby and being patient with your wife, having to do things you don't want to do. That's what this sport instilled in me.
Going into year 10, there's already been so many amazing feats accomplished with this program, so many records broken. Had our program's first national champs in the last 5 years. Had 36 All-Americans, over 30 academic All-Americans, numerous conference champs, team trophies, titles, all those things.
You know, the success on the mat has been really good, but if we achieve that, but we sacrifice our culture, we sacrifice our mission, we've lost everything. So my goal for the future would be we win championships, but we don't sacrifice anything doing it. We're still on mission, we're still on culture, and we do it right.
As we look forward to the next 10 years, I just look forward to continuing to build this Fire family and just continue bringing in the right guys that are here for the right mission. That are serious about the classroom, that are serious about their wrestling and serious about growing in their faith. And as we continue to do that, the records will continue to be broken, the national titles will continue to be won, and lives will continue to be changed.